The second imperative is that the eastern region must be encouraged to remain in Nigeria, and the third imperative is that if the eastern region is allowed, out of omission or commission, to secede or opt out of Nigeria, then the western region and of course Lagos must also stay out of the concussion of federation known as Nigeria. Whenever you hear of hunger and starvation or blockade on the former sovereign republic of Biafra, just know that it was caused by Chief Obafemi Awolowo. Good day, Nigerians. Good day, the great people of the former sovereign republic of Biafra. I'm here to tell you a brief history concerning the former republic of Biafra and Nigeria itself on the side of Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the first premier of the western region of Nigeria. Now, the historical event goes this way. Listen attentively. Chief Obafemi Awolowo, on his part and take on Biafra when it was in existence, written on 11th of September 2025. The historical event goes this way. On this day, 11th of September 1963, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the former premier of the western region of Nigeria, was sentenced to 10 years imprisonment with hard labor. But before sentencing him, Justice Judge Sodeyinde Sowemimo of the Lagos High Court listened as Awolowo made a statement, and I quote, Awolowo in his statement said he welcomed any sentence that may be imposed on him, but his only concern is not for himself, but that his imprisonment might do harm to Nigeria and Nigerians. End of quote. After that, Awolowo was sentenced to 10 years imprisonment on the 11th of September 1963 by Justice George Sodeyinde Sowemimo, which is today, 11th of September 2025. Now, Obafemi Awolowo was in prison, and the first coup took place, which was majorly to chase away Tafawa Balewa and install Obafemi Awolowo after releasing him from prison on that 1966. But on the other note, the coup plotters did not succeed, and Awolowo remained in prison. Awolowo was released from prison on the 10th of August 1966, just 4 days after the most bloodiest coup in Africa. It happened in Nigeria, and it was carried out by the northerners in Nigeria, majorly against the eastern Nigerians. Now, the first coup was mainly to unseat the government of Tafawa Balewa and install Chief Obafemi Awolowo as the prime minister, as confirmed by some of the coup plotters like Major Kaduna Nzogu on his interview aftermath that January 1966 coup plot that failed. It was also confirmed by another inmate, Major Adewale Ademoyiga, through his book While He Struck. Other people like Captain Ben Gulier on his book The Five Majors, and again Captain Emmanuel Mobosi on his interview, and of course by Chief Obafemi Awolowo himself through his book My March Through Prison, and some other interviews by him, Chief Obafemi Awolowo. He himself confirmed this, that the main aim of the coup plotters of that January 1966 was to install him as the prime minister of Nigeria, so that he will circulate the miracle that he did in the western region of Nigeria. On the 1st of May 1967, at a meeting, Chief Obafemi Awolowo delivered a speech, which is referred today as the Four Imperatives by some people. Awolowo said that is only a peaceful solution must be found to arrest the worsening stalemate in Nigeria as of that time. The second imperative is that the eastern region must be encouraged to remain in Nigeria, and the third imperative is that if the eastern region is allowed, out of omission or commission, to secede or opt out of Nigeria, then the western region and of course Lagos must also stay out of the concussion of federation known as Nigeria. Awolowo also said that any war by the north against the east on any account whatsoever would be an unholy crusade, for which it won't be unjustifiable to shed a pint of blood. Awolowo had also said that any war against the east would be illegitimate unless it had the backing of the west and the midwest. Now, in 1967, when Awolowo approached Ojukwu in Enugu to advise him not to declare Biafra and leave Nigeria, but it was too late, because as of then, the Biafrans had already made up their mind to leave Nigeria and form their own sovereign states of Biafra, where they will be free and not be unalived, just like they will be unalived in the northern and western part of Nigeria. And day by day, Easterners, always unalived in the north and west, were loaded on the truck in thousands every single day, which is the dead bodies of young and vibrant Easterners massacred in other parts of Nigeria, which made somebody like Ojukwu not to look back in the declaration of Biafra to save his own people from the pogrom by the Nigerian government and their army under the military regime of Yakubu Gowon. Whenever you hear of hunger and starvation or blockade on the former Sovereign Republic of Biafra, just know that it was caused by Chief Obafemi Awolowo. Awolowo said that hunger is a legitimate means of war, which made the Gowon government to impose a blockade on Biafra, which later saw the unaliving of millions of Biafrans, mainly children, starving for years without food or medicine, all caused by the Gowon's military regime on the advice of Chief Obafemi Awolowo. Awolowo did all that maybe in the name of getting Nigeria's presidency or becoming a prime minister in the nearest future, which he never got until his demise in 1986 after successive military regimes and after losing the 1979 presidential election to Shehu Shagari and after losing also in the 1982 presidential election as a presidential candidate under the UPN party, which is Unity Party of Nigeria. If you just listen to this voice, this is the voice of Mutachimobi, aka the social thinker of Africa, the one that is giving sense respected. More of these are still coming. This is just some acts, do's and don'ts that Obafemi Awolowo, the former premier of the Western region, made during the existence of the Sovereign Republic of Biafra. I'm saying this so that those of you from the eastern part of Nigeria today should always know that the Biafran Republic was not made up of only the Igbos, but everybody in the eastern region of Nigeria, which is the southeast and south part of Nigeria today, even in some part of southwest, which is Edo State. So for more updates like this, follow Social Think of Africa. To is giving sense respected anti-monopoly geography catalyzing. Always repost this video to get so everyone right here on air. Follow me for more updates. Biafrans should know their enemy and know their lovers. USSR were there to bomb the Biafrans, Ukraine and the rest of them, Cameroon that helped go on and the rest of them.